Here's the reason why you're not embodying your power as a New Earth leader, and it's not what you think. I see so many New Earth leaders doing this, and it's really costing them, and it's actually making them quit on their path. And this is what they do. Many New Earth leaders think that willing themselves to be in their power and saying enough positive affirmations is enough to help them get embodied in the power. And the truth is that doesn't work. If you are just saying positive affirmations and hoping that gets you to cross the line into your power, that doesn't work, because you do need to have a level of embodiment, of fullness within yourself, which does require you being healed enough in yourself and being in the full trust of your vision. And all of that sounds very easy on the surface, but believe me, it takes a lot of commitment to who you are and your mission. And that is why being in service over being in service to your fears is so important. That is a key piece here when you're embodying your power, is trust. Because right now, that is the name of the game. If you are a New Earth leader, you're probably starting to notice that a lot of the things and techniques and the methods that you've been using up until this point that used to work for you are no longer working. In fact, you are going to get to have the opportunity to be creative and to be tapped in even more deeply into your purpose, into your power, into your mission, and to who you are, which requires you to up-level and upgrade your trust in yourself and in your path. When I'm talking about trust, I'm going to give you a story about how I had to basically trust myself and the unknown in such a huge way that was so hugely uncomfortable for me. And one example of that was moving to Sedona from New York City. One thing that I had when I was in New York City was that I knew where everything was. I knew where to get things. I was very comfortable identifying myself as a New Yorker. And I was still getting called by the land of Sedona to come to Sedona in order for my next steps of my mission to be revealed. I talked about my move to Sedona before, but I never really shared about how challenging it was, because at every given turn, I was made to make quick decisions that I did not feel comfortable with. I didn't feel I had the capability of doing financially, emotionally, resource-wise, and it really challenged what I thought I was capable of. But that is how you step into your power, is that you start taking those actions that you know are aligned, but maybe you've never done it before, maybe you don't think you have the resources to do it, maybe you don't know how it could happen, but you figure it out. That is what leaders do. They figure it out. What that required and called of me was a certain level of trust I didn't know if I could muster for myself, but I did, because I knew that that was next from my mission. I just figured it out. I figured out the money. I figured out the expenses. I figured out the moving company. I figured out how to make it happen. I figured out how to find a house, even though I am told repeatedly now that I moved here that it's actually very hard to find a house here. I just figured it out because that's what was calling me forward. That's what I knew was next for me. And I knew that if I did not make it happen, I would get stuck, and I was not going to be stuck, because I'm here to lead through my service, not through my fears. I'm sharing this with you because if you truly are in your New Earth leadership, you are being called to trust yourself like you've never trusted yourself before. And this is where you come to a choice point of, are you going to move forward in fear, or are you going to move forward in power and trust? When you choose the latter, where you don't have a safety net under you, where you've never done it before, where it scares you so much that you feel like almost throwing up, but it is aligned and you step forward anyway, that is when everything gets revealed to you. Most people will actually just choose the easy route. Most people will choose their fear. Most people will say, I can't do it, and just leave it at that, even though they have big dreams and they watch other people do it, right? But you are different. You, on the other hand, have big dreams. And it's not just a dream that you're willing to settle for less in your life, where you're willing to not have your mission fulfilled. You are the type of person who knows that, yes, it's scary. Yes, maybe you don't know the next step. Yes, maybe you don't have a safety net under you. and you're actually excited about that. I cannot tell you how many times that I've felt super scared and I almost missed the point and thought my fear meant that it was not for me. And instead, actually, I caught myself. Leading in leadership does not mean that you have zero fears. It means that you are leading with your service over your fears. And when you're able to make those micro adjustments to understanding the awareness that there is a difference between falling off a cliff and actually dying and actually feeling like you're going to fall off a cliff because you are catapulting yourself into the next level of your being, and you see the difference between those two, you know you have arrived. Leaders know that in order to expand in big ways, you need to be willing to make those big changes and take those big leaps. If you are ready to be supported by me in deeper one-on-one work, where I support you very deeply and very highly to transform into the next level of your being as a divine, powerful creator on this planet, and you're ready to be activated at that level of embodiment, then I invite you to DM me the word leader, and let's have a talk where I can support you on your powerful vision and what's next for you.